The world of pop punk, always and forever pulling us back. This is Not Every Single. My name's Joe.
And I'm Stephanie.
We're going to talk about a band we've never talked about on this channel. It's Fall Out Boy.
Well, we haven't talked about most bands at this point.
I didn't think we'd ever talk about Fall Out Boy. I don't have much background, much history with Fall Out Boy.
Me either. And, pop punk, this song is not.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. I have a lot to say about it, though. This is
a lot.
Love from the Other Side, which just came out, and it's from the album So Much for Stardust, for in parentheticals for some reason, out March 21st. What did you think of the song?
Well, they already have another single coming out. Maybe when this video is coming out, it'll be the same day. It's the 25th.
Already? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this came out, I don't know, maybe the 13th or something. This is an interesting kind of thing. We have to talk about how we first were exposed to this song. Was it the music video you found?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that the band was back. I saw that they were kind of going back to some rock because they had a record called Mania that was a little less rock. Fans wanted the rock back. Here it is. So I loaded up the music video.
The rock is back in spades. This is a kind of rock. I don't know their music, but beyond their singles. So I can't say they've never done anything like this before, but
right.
I certainly have not heard. How would you describe this genre?
Okay. So here's the thing. I dig this song. And it's for an interesting reason. Mm-hmm. It's because it reminds me of spandex butt rock, 80s training montage, not hair metal, more butt rock, but training to beat the villain.
It feels very much like a montage training song. We were a hammer to the statue of David. We were a band and you could never frame it.
Yeah.
Which is why I think we were both, the first time we heard it, we were both quite confused because we saw the music video and the aesthetics are completely separate from each other. It's so baffling.
That's the main point of discussion here. Now, I think it's a cool song.
Yeah.
It's totally that kind of song. I actually had my friend Elliot help me out with what's a list of bands like that? What do you think of when I say 80s training montage butt rock? Mm-hmm. And he said White Snake, Scorpions, Twisted Sister, Journey, mm-hmm. Little Bon Jovi, Little Rat, RATT,
mm-hmm,
Poison. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, no one has really brought that back since, in popular music, since maybe The Darkness 20 years ago.
Which is not quite the same
little
genre.
More hair metal.
Hair metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once we saw the music video. We'll talk about that more. We saw them on
Kimmel, I think.
On Kimmel. We'll talk about that performance for sure. And then I listened to it today. Just listened to the song and stripped of all the weirdness of that way that things look. Yeah, it's a solid butt rock song. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's a good case study in something we're about to talk about in our Green Day video, which is I just went to move my glasses. Oh. Which is, when the aesthetics and the look of the project don't quite match the sound and it's just odd decision making, it kind of hurts the overall vibe, overall listening experience.
I feel like I would have been instantly all in on this if they were wearing, not necessarily spandex, but if they were wearing rock, maybe some leather, maybe some glitter.
Yeah.
Maybe some
glam it up.
It's just some glam, maybe some makeup. I don't know. Pete Wentz, I feel could do some eyeshadow for sure.
He's kind of rocking it a little bit, which made it all the more frustrating that one of them kind of looked like that. And here's the thing. We're not saying that it should be some parody because I believe in a thing called love. I wouldn't call a parody.
That's one of the main things we wanted to say is that there's such a fine line between parody and just doing the genre in an amazing way.
Yeah.
As an outsider from the genre. The Darkness, not an outsider from the genre, but I think of almost weirdly Weird Al. Like I remember, I think a guy from Devo once in like an I Love the 80s or whatever said that Weird Al did like a Devo style song, and he's still mad to this day because he's like, that Weird Al song was like better than any of our songs. And it's kind of that thing. It's where like you take your, I'm guessing they have a love for the genre, or someone in the band does, and just said, we're going to do this. And it's an homage. It doesn't go into satire at all.
Yeah, it would almost be more genuine,
right,
to just accept what it is. Okay, we have this killer butt rock song through the Fall Out Boy lens. Wow, we pulled it off. Like, let's lean into it. Instead of that, we have this music video that feels very like Princess Bride meets like the Tonight Smashing Pumpkins video.
Smashing Pumpkins vibes like immediately. Like some little paper boats and like handmade sets. And then I think there was some like monsters. We didn't finish the video.
No.
We didn't get to the end.
There's even like, I was even reminded of like Float On by Modest Mouse video with all these like fantasy things and popping up. And it just did not fit with the song.
Dressed super old timey.
Yeah, it didn't fit. Then we see him on Kimmel and what's his name? Patrick Stump.
I have no idea.
Patrick Stump is his name, the front man.
Okay.
Mr. Stump is like dressed in, I don't know, kind of how he usually looks. Just like he's got a cap on, he's got like a baseball shirt. And I'm like, where's the cohesion? The
shirt seemed to be, they have like a logo. This is another confusing thing. They have like this logo. It's kind of like a yin yang space.
And also kind of like the Nirvana smiley face.
A little bit like that. Yeah. I mean, there's only so many like simple logos in the world you can do. So sure. But yeah, and like a baseball shirt, and then it's like this simple sort of like minimal black and white logo, which again has seemingly nothing to do. I guess we'll see with our other singles if it fits with the rest of the album more. But again, not glam, not rock. More like indie.
It's weird because you're getting into like, it's like threefold, because now that logo that they're plastering everywhere, and it's on what they're wearing, it's on the kick drum and all this, that not only doesn't fit with the song and the butt rock thing, but also doesn't really fit with this like fantastical music video.
No.
And then you have the album cover, which is like this picture of a dog that makes you think of like 90s albums by like Alice in Chains and like Jane's Addiction and stuff like that.
The font is like, it looks like someone drew on a chalkboard and sort of rubbed it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different elements going on here. And something we always appreciate is like artistic cohesion.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be like throughout the career, but like within a project, there should be cohesion so people understand what you're doing. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I feel like as a listener, that's really helpful and also fun and cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, it would feel more genuine. I'd be pretty excited if they're like, man, they're doing this kind of project and they're kind of leaning into it. They know what it is. It's a good version of it. Sure, butt rock and that kind of thing is something to make fun of, but like, those bands I listed earlier, like, those are all awesome bands that did the genre well. And I could totally see Fall Out Boy being like, wow, out of the blue, they like brought this thing back, but it's something through their sort of pop punk thing.
Yeah. No one else is doing it. No one else has tried to do it.
Yeah.
It's, oh gosh, I forgot what I was going to say.
I mean, by the end of the song, let's put it this way. I was ready to get in the ring and take on Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Wait, I heard that before.
He's the, obviously, come on. He's the villain of Rocky IV, portrayed by Dolph Lundgren.
Never seen a Rocky.
Okay, there's this amazing part where like...
Okay, we'll get into that later. I think I wanted to just say that like the lyrics they're not bad.
Yeah.
They're not bad. It could be a lot worse. So as someone who appreciates lyrics, that was something I kind of was looking into. Like, okay, are the lyrics really stupid? No, they're not really stupid. They're kind of known for their wordplay. So I kind of hoped there was a little bit more going on, but that's fine.
Yeah, and when they blew up in popularity when I was in high school with, Sugar We're Going Down, Dance Dance, that wordplay, it was just laid on so thick back then.
Yeah.
And sure, like when I was a teen, I'm like, oh, how clever. Like, but I think now it would just feel like, all right, dude, we get it. So it's kind of nice that that's taken a step back and it's more focused on other things. I think his voice, it can get a little like fatiguing when he stays in that upper thing the whole song.
I had this thought too. It's like at the top, he has a crazy range. He can go high. I was a little worried because the live performance, I thought, oh, he's like not performing it correctly, really. He's like,
it's like straining.
He's straining.
Yeah.
He's going to freaking ruin his voice if he keeps doing that. But then I listened to the song. And it's like, okay, it sounds like better. It sounds more correct in the little bit I know about vocal performance and how things are done. But he doesn't ever put any other you need some relief from that.
Well, we do in the bridge. We get it in the bridge and then it comes down.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Patrick Stump's voice kind of always reminds me of Adam Scott singing in the car in Step Brothers.
Bow, bow, I'm Derek, and I can sing high like that.
We don't need to elaborate, I guess.
Yeah.
I did say that I feel like the bridge is also kind of does a disservice to the song because it really brings everything to a halt in a way that, that can feel kind of cool in a lot of places, but everything they've kind of like been doing, and then it's like, oh wait, what's going on? Okay. And then like, oh, now they're building it back up again. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Sometimes, I know what you're talking about. It's like these bridges that, feel like they're in there just cause the song needs a bridge.
And then you need a little break from everything.
Rather than like the part justifying itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. They didn't think about it. They were just like, what happens here in a rock song? Okay, then we do like everything drops out and we do
breakdown.
So nothing really like innovative or really, nothing that added to the song.
But overall, like I thought this was killer. I've listened to it multiple times. My background with the band is nil. It's like I've heard Sugar We're Going Down, Dance Dance, and I think that song's Centuries.
Yeah.
So like I do not know this band. I don't know anything about this band. I know Pete Wentz was on every magazine when I was a kid, but like that's the extent of my knowledge. So to come in fresh here and be like, whoa, that's interesting that they're doing this kind of thing. It leaves me very curious what this second single is going to be. Are we going to get more of that?
Can we also just really quick, can we talk about Pete Wentz's look?
Yes.
Because we got to wrap this up, but he's got like blonde hair, blonde, like it's kind of like my hair, actually.
A little bit, yeah.
And it's like braided back and there's some roots going on. And he had like, did he have a denim?
I can't
remember.
Yeah, some sort of cool Mad Max sort of look going on, like a leather vest or something.
He looks exactly... You probably won't agree with me, you people. He looks exactly like Rob, I don't know how to pronounce it, McElhenney?
Mac. He looks like Mac.
From It's Always Sunny.
He does look like Mac.
They should get him in on the next video because they already did a funny thing on Kimmel where we were like, oh, wait, is this Eminem at the VMAs? Because all these guys came with... Pete Wentz was like coming down the hall. He wasn't on the stage, and there were all these Pete Wentzes behind him, and they all had the emo hair, the black hair, and Pete Wentz had it too. I was like, oh wait, he changed his hair from the music video, and then gets on stage, no wig, so maybe that was pre-recorded. I don't know.
It did really remind me of that infamous Eminem performance from the like 2000 VMAs. Yeah.
But then all the like emo Pete Wentzes were headbanging in the front of the audience, and it was funny. I
Yeah,
guess
it's
it was
funny.
kind of a nod to like the old days and like how they've moved on.
Sure. Also, apparently they lost a member. I noticed there was three
Just
people
three.
there. Like, wow, that looks empty. And then I saw a headline like, oh yeah, the guitarist left. So I guess he wasn't down with the butt rock. But we are. Thought it was great. Excited for the next one. What'd you think?
What essential Fall Out Boy have we missed? Also, yeah.
That's true. Should we listen to
Or-
From Under the Cork Tree? I think that was called.
Or what modern butt rock have we missed? Like, don't, yeah.
Has anyone else
Is
brought
anyone
it
else
back?
actually doing it well? Because I have not heard it if it exists.
But yeah, we'd love to maybe check out a full length from Fall Out Boy. Tell us your favorites. See what we should check out, and maybe we'll do that. But until next time, I'm Joe,
And I'm Stephanie.
and as always, if he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
That's Ivan Drago.